Okay. Hello and welcome everyone. I was asked by the GOAT himself, FireFox, to cast this game. It's basically a Nuwa versus Hades on Watering Hole. So FireFox is primarily a Hades player. An excellent Hades player. I'd say one of the best Hades mains right now. But unfortunately, due to his recent I don't want to say nerfs or anything, but I feel like Hades has been getting abused by a lot of civs. So he's been branching out a bit and he's chosen Nuwa. Now Nuwa, he's had a lot of success with Nuwa in the past few days. He beat me. He ended my streak of, I believe it was 35 plus with Atlantean only. So that was kind of rude of him, but whatever. So it's so I also recommended Nuwa to FireFox because I feel like it fits his playstyle really well. He is a very, I don't want to say eco-focused player, but a very, not sure what the word would be, but like he's a very defensive player, but he knows when to attack. And he's an excellent late game player. Excellent late game player. So I've seen parts of this game already. TheRapl was streaming this one. TheRapl, I feel like I should introduce the players a bit. So that was FireFox. TheRapl, obviously, I'm sure everyone knows him. He's one of the best players playing currently. One of the best players of all time, for retold. He was second in the last SGA tournament, Mythic Wars. I wonder who he lost to. I'm sure it was a close series, but I just can't remember who he lost to. But anyways, yeah, so that's TheRapl. Excellent player, plays all gods at the very top level. So this matchup, Hades versus Nuwa. See, I feel like this matchup theoretically should be really good for Nuwa because Hades wants to get to the late game, as does Nuwa, but Nuwa hits her timings far better than Hades. Nuwa has a better eco, Nuwa can get better map control, Nuwa has better mobility in the heroic and mythic age with the White Horse Cav. What does Hades have? Hades has the Vault of Erebus, which for some reason is, I think it's kinda late, no? I'm not sure, I don't know the build order, but I think it's late. Pretty sure I've seen FireFox himself do this a lot sooner. But anyways, Hades has a good early game eco. Hades has the, I feel like Hades has a bit of an advantage in the classical age with the two heroes and the myth unit. And Hades also has an excellent late game. Not entirely sure actually who has the better late game. I would, I think I might give the advantage over to Nuwa. Slightly. Yeah, I would give the advantage to Nuwa. But another thing Nuwa has is great momentum because Nuwa gets to the heroic and mythic age with far better eco than Hades does if they both go for fast mythic. This is going to be interesting. I wonder what the play for FireFox here would be. I mean, this is an excellent town center, so he just has to go for it. Same for TheRapl. See, this is what I meant. At 4 minutes, 3:55, the Nuwa is up. He doesn't even need this house. I imagine it's for the earth wall, but he doesn't even need it. I just throw down the town center, use the clay pass. Yeah, exactly. That's the play. I mean, it's not really bad, but it wasn't even needed. Now see, this town center from Nuwa gonna go up before Hades even starts their town center. That is such a huge advantage. And he can, oh, it's actually a perfect map for FireFox. Good job trapping the scout in here as well. He is, I feel like, miss-macroing a bit. You don't need these many on wood right now. I'd take like 4 of them off maybe, and put them on these rhinos right here. Good job connecting the favored land. See, this is what I meant. He barely started his town center while the Nuwa player already has her own town center. Now what the play here for FireFox should be is send this Jeongji over here, see if he's grabbing the forward town center, and then send it over here. A thing that I recently have been doing with Nuwa is basically, since your early game eco is so good, if the enemy is it's 2 town centers. If the enemy is 2 town centers, you can follow up with 3 town centers. It's basically you can always have +1 town center. So if the enemy is 1 town center, you can safely play 2 town centers. If the enemy is 2 town centers, you can safely play 3 town centers. With Nuwa. So I wonder if FireFox is going to do that. It does not look like it, based on his ego. Though theoretically he could, if he just puts... Yeah, I wonder if he dropped the food off. You should always do that. Keep an eye on the timer, otherwise you lose a lot of food. Potentially up to 60. Without husbandry. Yeah, this I don't like. This should be over here on the hunt, always. But I guess it's better to be safe, right? So he could make a wall here and just leave them in, but I guess it doesn't. It's not that big of a deal. It's being extremely nitpicky right now. Just the eco stuff right now. As I mentioned, it's going to be an extremely boomy game, naturally. I think I would have liked to see him go for 3 town centers, honestly. He didn't even need this earth wall, right? Just go for this town center right here, make the earth wall over here, you secure this gold mine, this hunt, and you cut this off. You basically just need 1 wall here, and like 1 wall over here, and you're entirely walled off. Oh, TheRapl's gone for a village center? Yeah, he's gone for a village center. Interesting. See, this is bad because he should have seen this. There's no need to be making fire arches. TheRapl has no military building, you don't need this. These minor wastes, right? Because instead of this, he could have just gone for this town center right here. And always scout this. Jeongji is not doing anything. This should have been circling here, here, on his hunt. Because, yeah, because this would mean that TheRapl has to keep 1 hero in his base at all times. Double walls, very disgusting. Military, archery. He's making his first buildings right now. If instead of this, he would have gone for this right here, which he could have afforded at the time, and he has the food, so this would not have been a problem. He should have gone for the 3 town centers. Easily. Now he's behind in villages because of the village center. Or just keep scouting, right? If you see the village center, you just go for your 3rd town center. That was a bit of a waste. He should not be fighting. FireFox should not be fighting versus 2 myth units without any heroes. There are heroes. The Pioneer is just chilling here, and where is the Jiangxia? It's coming. It's very interesting that TheRapl is trying to push out right now. And it's such a classic mistake I see. Mostly the Greek players make. They just, in their mind it's just spell test and hoplites, no matter what. Why would you make belt test here? For the one fire archer, I'd just go for like the white horse cav. They don't trade badly versus hoplites, to be honest. Even pure white horse cav. Especially with the... oh, he doesn't have the upgrade. That's a must grab right here. I don't know what's... Hooves of the Wind. Such a good upgrade, it's just a must grab. I feel like these little mind games, I would say, are very important at the top level. Because he spent so many resources making belt test, anticipating him to go for fire archers. If you just don't go for archers, you just waste a lot of his resources. One of Greek's biggest weakness, my experience and opinion, is they really struggle to deal versus mass cav. Except for Poseidon, of course, because they can spam for Dromus. Hoplites are not that good versus cav. This is such a late third town center. He didn't really accomplish anything with the early military. He should have just gone for like map control. 3-town centers. Now he's getting the upgrades. Transport ship, nice. What is this? Forgot to make the granary. That's so bad. Honestly, I think TheRapl... wait, let me just check one thing. I think TheRapl's trying to push out... no, he knows he's on 2-town centers. There's no reason for TheRapl to be pushing. He has the economic advantage. He should have just gone for Mythic, right? I mean, that's the point of double walling. Triple walling. So you can just go for the late game play. Finally. This is a bit of a waste at this stage, but I mean, he doesn't really need the resources right now, so it's fine. Oh, that's really good. Very good raid by FireFox. That's huge. He should have sent this white horse cav over here, because I don't think TheRapl's paying attention right now. They would have chased it, and he would have been able to kill all of these villages. It's these little things that really add up. Also, 10 white horse cav from one fortress is never a good idea. Damn, the train really fast. Training time. 6 seconds. Pretty cool. Yeah, nice, nice, very nice. Needs to expand his map control. FireFox is in a really good position right now, but he is gonna be against a Mythic Age Greek with almost full eco. So that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Nice idea by TheRapl to go to the village center. I feel like I see a lot of people not doing this. The trick here is that the Mythic Age comes through at the same time for a village center and a town center. But the villages do not. So you want to go Mythic, you want to basically age up through your village center. Little tips and tricks. Now if I were FireFox here, I would be thinking the Greek player was trying to attack me and to push out. Why did he suddenly stop? The only explanation for that is either he does not have the eco, which obviously he does, or he's going Mythic. So I think this is technically the right play by FireFox. Try to push in Heroic, but I don't know if he'll be able to. That's really nice micro by TheRapl. That's a really bad fight for FireFox. Like, really bad fight. I think he might still win, just based on the sheer numbers. Yeah, he already did that. He got a nice raid up here. I imagine this Pegasus is here for the underworld, which I don't think is a good idea by TheRapl. By letting him know that you're gonna underworld here. Because then he can just prepare, you know, just throw down this market here. You can reroute your trade right here. Should always keep your Pegasus hidden. Unless you're trying to scare them or to bait them, in which case don't. Yeah, that's some really bad miss macro. He could have been Mythic Age. Like, he could have been Mythic Age by now. That's really bad. It's a bit of a boom fest right now. Why is he farming when there's so much hunt right there? Yeah, I think this is a pretty big misplay right here. You've got chickens here, you've got hunt right here, you've got the entire map control. You should be using it. Well, this is risky, I understand, but this, he should not be farming this early. Like, I myself make a few farms early on, but that's just so the farm transition itself is easier. Interesting. Why is TheRapl going through Gong Gong? What's this? What's up with this? Am I... What? Anyways. And this is the huge power spike of Greek, right? Mythic Age, full iron versus copper and double bronze. So this is gonna be extremely difficult for FireFox to hold. The only thing he has going for him right now... The only thing he has going for him right now is that he has the map control. He has 4 town centers. That was a really bad fight to take, like really bad. Horrible fight to take. He should use some forest protection on this town center. I'd use forest protection here and then use the Great Flood to lure them in. Yeah, TheRapl's in a really good position right now. I think FireFox did like everything he was supposed to, but he just did it a bit too slow. Like, he should have just gone for this instant 3 town centers. But he's got such a good ego, I think he can hold. Although, he should not be making White Horse Cav. He needs the premium Tiger Cav right here. Again, that was really bad. You have to use the special attack either on this clumped up hoplites right here or on the Peltast. Ideally you want to use it here. But yeah, he's just losing them, that's really bad. Yeah, TheRapl's doing the right play. I imagine he wants to make a fortress right here. That's nice. Should not be losing the Lijiang like this, that's really bad. I don't know why he's making the White Horse Cav here. Yeah, I'm a bit confused about FireFox's unit composition. Like the Chukunu are not really worth it here, right? You want the Tiger Cav and the Fire Archers right here. Oh, that's gonna be really good if the villagers get swept. Nice. That's nice. These X-Cots are really strong. I think they might just be the best siege. Nah, they're not. It's catapults. Catapults are the best siege. Got FireFox in the chat saying the name sounded nice, so he was making them. Yeah, but ideally, especially versus Greek and Atlanteans, your unit composition 100% should be Tiger Cav plus Fire Archers. It just counters everything they can throw at you. But right now, RapL's in a really good position. Even though the score is really close, RapL's in a really good position. I think... I'm not sure actually. I think this early trade might be a bit of a mistake. Because the one resource that China struggles with in late game is food. And you have 5k gold. See, that's really smart by FireFox. Really smart. I imagine it's because he saw the Pegasus here, so he figured the underworld might be coming, so might as well make a second market. Very good play. Yeah, he's... I don't know why he's still making White Horse camp. That's smart by RapL to transition over here. Now if I were FireFox, I'd be thinking RapL's gold is about to run out. This is the only gold mine he has. I would make a dock right here. I would send like 10 villagers. Or you know what, you don't even need villagers, you've got clay peasants right here. But ideally you want to use villagers, right? Send like 10 peasants. Just wall this off. Double wall, triple wall, throw down military barracks, turn them into towers, archery, throw down up towers, and then you can use the earth wall. That would be pretty OP, because this is the only place he can get a trade route, right? He can't trade through here. Yeah, this would have been a very nice play, but this is more important right now. Okay, now he's finally making the Tiger Cav, spamming them. But the Chukunu are such a big mistake right here. RapL, he needs some range siege right here. Why are Chukunu bad? Yeah, Chukunu were really good at release because they had a bonus versus infantry. Their bonus was removed, I believe, and they got like a... I might be wrong, but they got a base damage increase. So they're not that good versus infantry right now, but they're very good versus mixed unit comps. So if RapL was making like Hippias over here, Hippias plus Peltas plus Hoplites, Chukunu would be the answer. Think of them like a chariot archer. They're kinda good versus everything, while fire archers are really good versus infantry. So I'd make fire archers here for sure. Okay, now now FireFox, now the Nuwa's power is coming through with these towers, disgusting towers, man. Look at the damage. 48 pierce damage per second. 1620 hit points. Yeah, I think RapL's gonna be struggling now. His eco is kinda shit right now as well. Apart from the food. Yeah, this is why I said they might be one of the best siege units. Look at the damage they tank. The champion fully upgraded units versus a melee siege unit. Really would have liked to see a... This is nice. But I really would have liked to see a dog play here. He's got the favor as well. Well, he had the favor. Then like 10 villagers here. Just wall this off. TheRapl is expecting that, so he's making towers. But if you can sneak like 10 villagers, 15 villagers here and just wall this area off, throw a building, earth wall, turn that building into tower, more towers, 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 towers. TheRapl just loses right here. This gold mine is about to run out. Realistically, even if TheRapl like destroys your town center here, and you cut off his trade route, you just kind of win automatically. But of course this is safer, right? OTC advantage is always safer. He's struggling with food. Not producing units is really bad here. I feel like your towers are way too far behind, right? Like they need to be forward, they need to be right here. Why do you have so many towers over here? Nice attack. Took out the village center. That's gonna be pretty big if you can take out the main town center right here. Although I doubt it. Yeah, it's not going down. Feel like I feel like FireFox is trading very poorly right here. Like he's losing way more units than he should. Like his eco just keeps falling. Okay, that's a bit tricky. I don't think that FireFox can really afford to go Titan right now. Yeah, he can't. He doesn't have the favor. He should have cut the dragons. But I guess China, it's not so bad for China because they can deal with the Titan relatively easily, especially in the late game. And these are so good. Look at the damage they tank. Yes. Okay, nice. This is really nice. This is what he should have done. Especially, but I think a wall here would be far better. Especially with Quafus, right? They build it in like a few seconds. Throw down a wall right here. And like this late in the game, these dragons don't really get value that much. They're okay, but I'd rather have towers, and I'd rather have like an earth wall here. A wall here would be game winning right now. Well, maybe not game winning, but a huge advantage. I should really wall it off. This is pretty good though. A really good idea. Like one wall, it would take 4 or 5 seconds. And you'd like trap them, and you need some buildings here. I imagine he has, yeah, he has to upgrade. Okay, Rappel's eco is struggling a lot right now. He's only got one plenty vault as well. Yeah, killing them is nice, but you want to cut the trade off, right? Because Rappel made a mistake. He had like 30 or something idle over here. He should have kept them idle until he killed the towers. Did he lose them? Okay, yeah. I think Rappel kind of fucked up here. He should have just kept them there. But ideally what you want to do is you want to wall it off, and then you want to start killing them. I wonder if a siege ship play would be nice here. They recently got buffed, right? So they could theoretically start attacking these ones. The ones bringing the gold. No, actually both of them. So they could start attacking them. I don't know how good it would be, but that could be a possibility. Rappel's village center was a good idea, yeah. But it was only good because you didn't scout it. If you had scouted it, you honestly could have gone for like 4 town centers as Nuwa. He just used a second resto. That was a waste. That was a pretty big waste. Could have just used that 100 favor for a second plenty. I believe all titans are equal, but some get like either minor god or major god bonuses. Like Hades Titan gets more hit points because Hades myth units get more hit points. Same for Zeus through Hera. That Titan can be pretty strong. Okay, FireFox is in a pretty bad position right now. His eco is really struggling. Why though? Damn, that's some weird market positioning. Just place it right here. I believe it grows exponentially, right? So instead of 107, it would be like 115 or something. I might be wrong. The Liejing needs to be over here, but I guess it's fine. Killing the villagers as well. Why does he have so many Pegasus out? He's got 6 population of Pegasi out. The Liejing is not attacking the Titan. There's a pretty big mistake. But I guess he's got, how many heroes does he have? 4 sages, 1 Jiangxia, 1 Liejing, and 4 pioneers. Yeah, that's pretty good. The Titan should be going down pretty quickly. I mean, I feel like Rappel's winning right now. I don't see what FireFox can do right now. Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. I'd start like making a lot of towers right here. You can't let Rappel get this town center. I'd honestly expand a bit here, throw down a fortress right here. Because right now you're just letting Rappel take this entire location. 1 fortress here, a few towers, and he can start sieging it down with Petropolis. This is a good idea. I think these axe cards might be pretty good versus the Titan, right? 64 crush damage per second. Actually maybe not. I thought the Titan had pretty low crush armor. But yeah, this is really good. A fortress right here. I don't like these white horse scav that FireFox keeps mixing in. There's honestly no point in making these in the late game. I'd rather just go Tiger Cav 10 out of 10 times. What? Why is this here? An interesting side note. I believe Fushi kills the Titan the fastest, especially through what's the little guy's name? Nezha. Yeah. I think DeRapl may have cut his villagers too much. Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? He spent 100 favor on a restoration in late game for like 10-15 units. That should have been a second plenty volt, 100%. That was such a big waste. And now he's struggling. He's rebuilding villagers as well. Man, these towers are so disgusting. 50.5 PS damage. 50.5 PS damage. Why are they so cheap? What? Why do they cost 150 wood and 100? Wasn't it 250, 200 and 100? Am I? Anyways. Wait, I think they got cheaper in one of their patches, maybe? When the upgrade got more expensive, I think. I might be wrong. But now that the Titan is dead, I think FireFox should get a Titan of his own. Why can't I see? Is he getting one? Does he have one? But he should try to get his own Titan, because while Greek can deal with a Titan fairly easily as well, they can't deal with like 4 town centers and a Titan. Oh, okay. Towers have always been 150, 100. Damn. That's pretty cheap. So it's 250 resources for 50 PS damage per second. That's wild. Just take the town center. Build it, build it, build it. Oh, nice. He was in the Titan age. Big ass Titan gate. I remember when China came out, I used to think you could only place this on favored land. Because this was so big, I was not able to place it like anywhere. Like it would not fit here, 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 even here because of the wall. Why does it appear? Why does it appear like the TheRapl only has around 60 villages? Because he does. This right here does not count the trade route. He only has 60 villages right now. He cut them on purpose because in the late game you really don't need all of that. He's got so much gold. He's not producing units. He's gonna lose this position. I would send one Kvoth to build this town center. You need the pop. It doesn't matter if... yeah. Nice. This is why he's the good fox. Oh, you should get those... I don't know if FireFox is in the chat, but you should definitely get these 2 upgrades. 100%. They're so good. Get them with the Great Flood God, Gong Gong. This one increases the hit points by 30% and gives a bonus versus myth unit. So the Titan would have gone down a lot faster. And this one right here, yeah, it reduces the rechargeability time. You have the favor, you have the eco, you should get them. And why do you need 10k gold? Just cut. I'd just kill like 20 of these. Because, yeah, he's killing his villagers. Or letting them die, actually. Instead of killing the trade route. That's a pretty big mistake. Just, yeah. Honestly, if he had like 40 here, he'd have 20 more pop, he'd be at 230 pop. While FireFox is at 103 civilians. So he would have more army, resource value at 2 town centers than FireFox does at 4. That was a pretty big mistake. Why do you need 12k gold? With a plenty vault. About to be 2 plenty vaults. I feel like TheRapl made a lot of mistakes. He was in such a good position, but he kept fighting where FireFox was the strongest. Just Underworld, like... I mean, at one point he had so much siege. He had, I believe it was right here when he was sieging it down. After he sieged this down, he had like 3 Petropolis and Heliopolis. Just use the Underworld right here. Take this out, start building here. Don't you just kind of auto-win at that point? But now he's got Underworld and I don't think he can do anything with it. Yeah, it's quite over at this point. Good job making another fortress. This was really well played by FireFox. It looked a bit sketchy at some points, especially when he was pushing through here. But he held pretty well. Although I think he did make a few minor mistakes. As I mentioned, he should have just gone for like instant 3 town centers. That's like one of the advantages of Nuwa. That she can afford to do that without sacrificing much eco because you get like cheaper villagers and you get the hero Kvoth. So your wood and gold income should be far better than the others. Great defense by FireFox, to be honest. I wonder what TheRapl could have done better. I think, well, for one, I think giving China the entire map is not usually the best idea. And secondly, he never used his Underworld. That's like, I believe Underworld is one of the biggest like game-changing god powers. I really do think it could have changed the game if he used it right here, when he had so much siege. Because why are you as the 2 town center player pushing the 4 town center player where they're the strongest? You know, like if you're playing for the late game, if you're playing for the, you know, quote unquote power spike, you should play for the power spike, then use it. But anyways, well played by FireFox.